A veterinarian is dead, and his name is Dr. Shawn Frehner. And the horse world, whether they want to admit it or not, whether we want to admit it or not, had a hand in this happening. This should have never been the end result, no matter what happened in that video. And if we don't speak up about this now, it's only going to continue getting worse. Because Dr. Frehner was caught on video. Yeah, he was being rough on a horse. Very rough. And the footage was tough to watch, okay? I'm not here to excuse what happened. But what happened after that, the internet did what the internet does. It turned into an absolute mob. People were sending death threats, personal attacks, people digging up his personal address, saying he deserved his eye. And this wasn't about protecting horses anymore. This was about straight up vengeance. And it went way too far. Now, I didn't personally know Dr. Frehner, but I know people who did. And they'll tell you he definitely wasn't perfect. He wouldn't have been their first choice for a vet. But he did care. He did show up. He did go out there and do the jobs, some that many didn't want to do. And many times his protocol was to have a vet tech in there with him when he was working with horses. In that video, there's no vet tech. And from what we've gathered, that probably meant that this horse was really dangerous and he was trying to keep his vet tech safe. And obviously in that situation, it's a high stress situation. You don't know the context. You don't know what happened before the clip. You don't know what the owner said, what the horse had done, what pressure he was under, but it didn't matter. It did not matter at all because the court of public opinion had already decided, burn him, cancel him, destroy his life, kill him, and that's not accountability. That's a public lynching. Since when did 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds of video footage, which I don't even think the video was that long, when was that enough to sentence someone to death? And this isn't the first time. And this goes far beyond Dr. Frehner. This has happened before. It's happened to trainers. It's happened to other veterinarians. It's happened to farriers. It's happened to educators. It's happened to farm owners. You mess up just once, someone catches it on video, and suddenly you're the devil. This industry loves you absolutely until they don't. And the moment you stumble, they act like they've never known you, and you become a headline. You become a villain. You become content. And let's be honest, there are people who aren't interested in justice. They're just interested in drama. They're interested in attention. They're interested in control. And they'll destroy someone's entire life from behind a keyboard because it makes them feel powerful. And this is where it's gotten us. We are living in a world where people genuinely believe that an animal's life is more important than a human's. And they'll defend a horse with their last breath, but they'll ignore a vet that's hanging on by a thread. And they'll scream online about abuse to an animal while abusing someone in the comments to the point that they take their own life. They'll protest for the rights of horses, but they'll say nothing when a human being is being buried. In fact, they'll celebrate it. And that's not love, that's not compassion, that's not empathy. That's pure confusion. It's evil. It's twisted. And it's time we call a spade and we call it what it is. We also need to talk about the pressure that horse professionals are facing. Because the fact of the matter is that this is the part no one wants to actually acknowledge. The industry demands absolutely perfection from you. It expects you to deal with dangerous animals, impossible clients, unrealistic standards, and if you mess up, if you slip up one time, you're done. If you walk away from a dangerous situation, if you don't push through, you're lazy, you're unqualified, you don't know what you're doing. And if it gets ugly, you're abusive. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And meanwhile, you're supposed to smile and nod, take the check, and come back tomorrow, act like it's all fine. And there's no room for humanity. There's no room for understanding. There's no room for stress in the realities. There's no room for error. And that weight of people, it breaks people. Dr. Frehner, he broke. And while he was responsible for his actions, so are the people that drove him to the edge. And if you sent those messages, if you left those comments, if you joined the mob, then you participated in his death. And that's the truth. And it's time we say it. Now, this message isn't for the mob, right? I'm not speaking to the people who celebrated his death. Those people are sick and twisted. They're evil. I don't really care what they think either. This message is for the people and those of us who actually get it. For the people who know what it means to carry the weight. For the professionals who know what it's like to mess up and feel like your whole career is on the line. For the amateurs and the non-pros who understand horses can be dangerous, messy, complicated, right? And so can people, right? And it's also for the people who are willing to lead, even when it's uncomfortable. Because if we're going to change this industry, we have to lead from the front. We cannot stay silent anymore. We need to speak up. We need to speak the truth. We have to stand up for each other, even when we don't agree with what somebody did. We can call out a behavior without crucifying the human being, right? We can demand accountability without demanding a life. But if we keep letting social media mobs run wild, if we keep letting hate disguise itself as virtue, we will lose more people. And I'm not okay with that. So if this message hits you, if it resonates with you, if you believe that we actually can do better within the horse industry, I'm going to ask you to do 3 things really quickly. One is to subscribe to this channel because we're not done having this conversation. Number 2, share this with someone who needs to hear it. We've got to spread the truth louder than the mob spreads hate. And number 3, be the voice in your circle, in your barn, in your community. Speak up when it matters because this industry isn't going to change by accident. It's going to change because people like you and like myself choose to lead from the front.